The Kingdom Hearts series is a labyrinth of mysteries. For years it has carried a reputation of being convoluted, messy, and impossible to follow. While it's true that parts of the series require time and attention to fully grasp, I believe much of the confusion stems from a deeper, often overlooked issue, a confusion between world building and lore. The series doesn't just blur the line between these two elements, it frequently favors one at the expense of the other. This imbalance is a major contributor to the franchise's reputation as one of gaming's most confusing and convoluted narratives. To fully understand this issue, I first need to clarify what world building and lore are, and how Kingdom Hearts often confuses the two. World building refers to the structure, rules, and mechanics of a universe. It's a skeleton that everything else is built on. In Kingdom Hearts, this includes concepts like the nature of light and darkness, the existence of barriers to separate the worlds, what Heartless and Nobodies are, the rules of time travel, and the many facets of the Keyblade. World building shapes the logic of the universe. It defines what can and cannot be done. It's the framework that establishes consistency and coherence. Lore, on the other hand, is the mythology, history, and emotional depth that gives meaning to those rules. It's the story that gives life to the structure. In Kingdom Hearts, lore includes the history behind the Keyblade War, Xehanort's backstory, and the events surrounding Ansem's research of the Heartless. Put simply, world building tells us what can happen, while lore tells us why it should or shouldn't happen. Lore is built on the foundation that world building provides. Without that structure, lore crumbles. But without lore, world building is a hollow skeleton with no heart. Kingdom Hearts often stumbles as how it presents world building as if it's lore. It treats mechanical explanations as if they carry emotional weight without actually giving them that weight. Take Dream Drop Distance for example. The game introduces time travel and lays out its strict conditions. One's heart must leave the body and can only travel to a time where they already exist. This is world building, but the game does little to explore where this ability came from, who first discovered it, or how this power reshaped Xehanort's philosophy and goals. Kingdom Hearts is quick to explain the how, but often skips over the why, and this is where the series reveals one of its deeper storytelling priorities. It constantly favors world building over lore. One of Kingdom Hearts' most polarizing traits is how it likes to constantly expand on its world building, a lot of times through lengthy info dumps, while largely leaving the lore rather shallow. With each new installment, the series is eager to unveil a new concept like the Datascape Encoded, time travel in Dream Drop Distance, the Book of Prophecies in the Chi Saga, and the concept of unreality and Melody of Memory. These elements provide insight and expand on how the universe works, but they aren't packaged with a story that explores what these ideas mean and how they affect the characters or their respective worlds. This leads to an imbalance. Rather than showcasing new mechanics through organic storytelling or character arcs, the series tends to front-load information through exposition, delivering explanations like it's giving a lecture. This approach often makes the information hard to digest and end up going in one ear and out the other. For example, in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, we have the cutscene of a conversation between Saïx, Sigbert, and Master Xehanort. It's a roughly 6-minute long cutscene which is largely dedicated towards explaining the process in which how each member of the new organization came back. It's a long-winded info dump that presents information that could have been naturally laid out throughout the story. Take the Ansem reports in Kingdom Hearts 1. Rather than solely being glossary entries, it details Ansem's backstory, showcasing how his desire for knowledge led him to conduct heinous experiments. While the reports present aspects of world building, notably how the Heartless are created and what their goal is, the Ansem reports are lore that present Ansem's viewpoint towards that stated world building. The more recent titles focus heavily on building the skeleton, but not really the soul that dwells within. We learn how things work, but not how it feels to live in the universe the series has created. The universe feels hollow because we know very little about each world and its history. Although the world building keeps growing, it lacks meaning due to the absence of any real lore. And that, more than anything, may be why the series feels confusing. It's not that the story is too dense, it's that it lacks emotional grounding. Kingdom Hearts is full of interesting world building, but it lacks any meaningful lore to flesh it out and give us an opportunity to resonate with the concepts the series introduces. Let's return to the concept of time travel in Dream Drop Distance. We're told that a person can only travel back to a point in time they've already existed in, and that their heart must leave their body. It's explained as a full mechanical manual, but how does this affect young Xehanort? Compare this to Roxas' story in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Days. The world building tells us that nobody is a being without a heart. That's the rule, but the lore shows us what that means for Roxas. his identity crisis, his yearning for connection, and his painful realization that his life is not entirely his own are emotional beats that explore and give meaning to that world building. When Kingdom Hearts chooses to slow down and let characters reflect on the world they live in, the story shines. Axel grieving Roxas, Aqua wandering around the realm of darkness, and Riku confronting the darkness inside himself are moments that don't explain the world, that reveal how the world changes the people living in it. Kingdom Hearts often falters, not by introducing, but by showcasing how concepts reshape the lives of the people in its universe. For the mechanics and metaphysics of a world to truly resonate with the players, there needs to be a presence of world building rippling through its characters, shaping who they are. Lore is connection that allows for this resonance to occur because it gives meaning to the ideas presented. This brings us back to the sense of confusion among many fans, and even critics, when discussing Kingdom Hearts. A lot of the lore people point to is actually just world building. In Kingdom Hearts, we're flooded with definitions and metaphysics, but we rarely see concepts live and breathe. We don't get to see the life that dwells within the universe the series has created. This leads to players knowing how the different concepts work, but not what those concepts mean to the characters. The series has a habit of treating world building revelations as though they're story payoffs, even when they are connected to the characters. This is where the misunderstanding sprouts from. We're presented something new and technical like it's a development in the story, but nothing really changes. No one's worldview has shifted. We're presented facts that expand the framework, but not the story. So when people discuss how Kingdom Hearts is confusing, they experience the disorientation that comes from how the series is full of detailed explanations that are presented as a story, a byproduct of mistaken world building for lore. The reason Kingdom Hearts often feels confusing isn't just because of complex plotlines or narrative shifts, it's because the series has a universe built on many concepts without grounding them in consistent emotional storytelling. While the Kingdom Hearts series has struggled with this distinction, it still has the opportunity to remedy this. From what we've seen, the series is trying to expand more on the history that shaped where the main story is headed. While world building and lore go hand in hand, the distinction between the two matters because it helps us to understand what's truly missing. Not more rules, but more meaning. World building is the foundation from which lore is created, and that lore gives us a personal view that allows us to resonate with the world building. Understanding this difference allows us to better appreciate what works in this series and where it might evolve. It invites the creators and the audience to ask not just what is this world, but why does it matter? Because stories live not only through their complexity, but also through what they reveal about their world, their people, and about us.